Today, we're going one-on-one with Dr. Renee Fowler Hornbuckle as she gives an in-depth, step-by-step, retrospective look on recalibrating your life from the inside out. Come along on this journey as Dr. Renee speaks.
Today on Dr. Renee Speaks, we're going to talk about something that I've had to do all of my life: change. Now, don't run. We got to deal with change. A lot of people don't like to change because we look at that as being a negative thing, but it's really not. Acknowledge it as a positive help in your life. So, in order to really understand change, you need to understand what it means. Change is the ability to alter, to modify, or to reconstruct. It is not a negative thing. It is something that is very powerful and very positive in our lives. But I find that most people don't like to change. They don't like to make the adjustments. They don't like to adapt. They don't like to reconstruct their lives. But there is a benefit from really reconstructing our lives, because it could be that you built your life on the wrong principles and wrong perception belief systems, and maybe you haven't experienced the fullness of life. Why would you want to continue to live there? You could really begin to change your life and live very differently and live very powerfully in the way that you want to if you would start right now by accepting change. Just say it with me. Say, today, today, starting today, I accept change. Okay, it's as easy as that. I want you to think about, for just a moment, think about the ugly caterpillar. Now, caterpillars can be pretty ugly. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about how pretty a caterpillar is. You know, they're kind of slow moving. They look like a slug. They got a whole lot of legs. They just don't seem like they have any usefulness. But at some point, that caterpillar goes into a cocoon. And after being in that cocoon for a period of time, something transformational happens. They go through what's called a metamorphosis. And that metamorphosis, while we don't really know what goes on inside that cocoon, can be very challenging, just like our lives. You know, there are times in our life when we don't understand how the struggles of life and the disappointments and frustrations, aggravations, and vexations in life can be used for good. Those struggles, those pain points actually are building something in you. So while that caterpillar is in that cocoon, there's some incredible things that are happening. It's changing. It's taking on a new form. And then you know how the story goes. Eventually, it begins to push on the outside of that cocoon, and it breaks through, and it emerges as a beautiful butterfly. And then what do people say? Oh my God, did you see the colors in that butterfly? That butterfly is beautiful. Well, guess what? That's the same way with your life. If you would go through the transformational process, if you would go through that metamorphosis and make the necessary change to alter your life, again, here's the definition: to alter, to modify, to reconstruct, to make the changes, you would find that your life would be the better for it. Don't stay where you are, stuck in that place where your life appears to be ugly, where you live in disappointment. No, you get up, you apply the changes in your life that you need to make, and then you are going to emerge the greater for it. So now there's some things you're going to have to do. So let me give you some tips, all right? I want you to write down 3 things today that you need to change, all right? Write them down, all right? Then after you write down just 3, now I know that many, I know I did, I was a piece of work, but I had a lot of things to work on, but many may need more. But I want you to write down at least 3, and then I want you to choose one thing that you can start working on starting today. I don't know what it is for you. It could be something as simple as just needing to get up a little bit earlier so that you're not rushing and driving like a maniac going to work, you know. Then you get tickets, then you're in debt, then you're complaining about your debt. See how doing something wrong can set you up for great failure? You got tickets you got to pay, then you didn't pay them, you got warrants out. Guess what? They're going to pick you up and you're going to have to do the time, all right? Or you're going to have to pay them off. We don't want to be in that cycle. We want to break the cycle of our life. Or maybe you want to lose weight, okay? There was a time in my life and, I thought I've got to get healthy again. And so I kept talking about, I need to exercise, I need to get up, I need to go to the gym, I need to walk. And I didn't do anything. But one day I got up and said, you know what? I'm going to walk out my front door. I'm going to put on my tennis shoes. Okay, that's the kind of change I'm talking about that you can make starting today, all right? Spending time with your family, your loved ones. Get off the phone, get off the social media, sit down at the dinner table, put the phones on a station, a docking station someplace, and have conversation. Oh, my marriage is going through. I don't have a relationship with my kids. Well, guess what? You don't talk to them ever, all right? So you can change that starting today by what you do. There's power in taking responsibility for your own change, all right? So choose one thing that you'll change today. Sometimes I live my life this way. If there's something that I'm absolutely afraid of, that I don't want to change, that's usually the thing that I tackle first. And I can't go through life ignoring things, You have to be responsible. You have to get up and you have to do whatever's required to do. So the power you have and the ability you have right now is to be able to make change in your life starting now. So what will you do? Will you continue to live the life that you built, or will you make the changes and build a life that you want to live? Don't complain about what is in your control to change. So again, repeat after me. Today, I'm going to make change in my life. What are you willing to change? It's up to you. It's time for you to come forth as that beautiful butterfly and go to the next level of what God has for you. I'm Dr. Renee, and I'm speaking to you.
To partner and or support Dr. Renee, visit ReneeHornbuckle.com.